course, your water, whatever you need in your practice. So this month focus, so we're starting off gently and then we increase variations, intensity and complexity of the sequence. So the breakdown of the class is always in two parts. The lower body, focus on legs, core and glutes, and then the upper body, arms, core and whatever it's on the upper body. So we're gonna start with 10 exercises and we repeat those exercises 3 times. And we're gonna do it this way. So we're gonna do 50 seconds on and 10 seconds rest. Same thing, lower body and upper body. Be careful, it's your body, you know your body, but honor it. And if it hurts, anything you do it hurts, means that you need to skip or modify. So let's get started right away, just checking if everything is all right, and then we're gonna start right away on our mat. So the timer is right there on my iPad, so you can have a look on the timer there. If you don't want to, I'm gonna tell you to stop because I'm gonna be there with you guys. So we are starting off on the lower part, on the lower body. Here we go. I've got some music on. If you have a nice playlist to play, please do so. We changed it from inside to outside. I thought it's a beautiful day, and so I thought maybe it's nicer to practice outside. All right. Are you guys ready? The timer starts right away. 3, 2, 1. All right, first exercises, we're gonna move to downward facing dog. We're gonna raise the leg up, one leg, your choice. Keep your hips squared and then bring the knee toward your chest. Bring your right foot in between your hands, low lunge. From low lunge, we're moving into modified split, raising the toes. And then again, low lunge, modify split. Wonderful. Moving on to downward facing dog, 3-legged downward facing dog. Raise your leg, stay with your hips squared. Then raise the left heel. Bring the right knee to your chest. Bring the right foot in between your hands. Low lunge into modify split. And then again, low lunge to modify split. Beautiful. We're moving into downward facing dog, waiting for the other leg to come. So we're starting off gently with some mobility, raising the left leg, bringing the foot in between your hands, low lunge to modify split. Low lunge to modify split. And again, downward facing dog, 3-legged downward facing dog. Bring the left knee in between your hands, slowly and gently. Low lunge, modify split. Low lunge, modify split. And again, downward facing dog, 3-legged downward facing dog. Bring the left foot in between your hands. And then low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify. Beautiful. Uttanasana, and slowly bring your upper body up. Beautiful. Moving on to lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. Ooh, I need a little bit of extra space. So lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. Here we go. I feel like I need to pause it 1 second, guys, after this exercise, because my camera is tracking my movement, which can give a lot of nausea for people following from YouTube, as we have 2 channels running at this stage. So we are live on YouTube and we are live on Instagram. Just give me a second, you guys. Woohoo! Where is it? Yes. Sorry. I need to stop the camera tracking my movement. How do I do that? How do I do that? Sorry. You know, you can never predict stuff. There's always something coming up. I thought I set it up, but it didn't. So here I am. Come on. Yes, we need you right now. Open, open, open. Open, open, open. I just bought the OBS bot camera, but I have to say, like, I'm not really sure. No, I don't want to track. I want it to stay like that. Wait a second. Okay, should be working now. Let's have a look. I'm sorry, guys. Live stream. I'm just gonna give it a go. See how we're doing it. All right, let's do it. I think I managed to fix it. Let's see. All right, moving to the other leg, guys. Woohoo! It's kind of stony. All right. Ready for the other leg? Ready for the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. Always track the knee. The knees is tracking your toes. Knee in line with your ankle. Engage your core as you're moving sideways and into your courtesy. Just gonna run quickly to check. Moving on to that lift. Prepare your kettlebell, guys. Woo-hoo-hoo. I don't know why. Anyway, let's do it. That lift. So, you're bending your knees, you hinge from your hips, you're moving backward. And you're coming up and you squeeze your glutes. And again, you're moving down and up, squeezing the glutes. Hinge from the hips, stay with your spine straight, neck in line with your spine, and breathe. Beautiful. I haven't prepared my weights, but you can grab yours. Sorry guys, I have to interrupt once more. Today moving outside is a bit of a challenge. Didn't consider that. I just want to check why. Okay, that's why. Here we talking. I found it. God. Yes, thank you. Sorry, Instagram people, for your patience. Sorry. I'm gonna be rocking in a second. Everything is sorted. Everything is sorted. Yes. All right. I think, yes. All right. So now, now we're moving into Romanian deadlifts. If you have weights, please bring your weights. I'm going gently today, and as is our first week eventually. So start with your weaker leg. As you're moving down, stay with your neck, spine, and leg all in one line. Stay with your back toes pointed out. Stay with your right glute engaged. Please don't come down with your upper body too much, like this. Stay with your trunk and your leg in line. Beautiful. Micro bend your standing leg and breathe. Normally I like to inhale as I raise my trunk up and exhale as I lower down. Or the other way around too. It's exactly the same as long as you're doing it. All right. Moving on to the next leg. Trunk and leg in line. Point your back toes. Squeeze the glute. Standing leg, it's micro bend. Whoopla! Beautiful! Moving on to the next exercise, calf squat, calf raise. So I show you from the side to start with. Hip, so legs hip width apart, moving backward, knees tracking the toes and in line with your ankle. As you're coming up, you squeeze, and you're coming up, you squeeze your calves, and you raise your heels. So moving backward, hinging from the hips, and up. Squat, and up. Stay with your spine straight as you're moving down. And as well, engage your glutes as you raise your calves. How do you guys hear me? How do you guys see me from whatever platform you choose today? I just want to say that YouTube has a better quality video and audio, but you know, it's Monday. I can tell you tomorrow if that's true for real. So moving on to the next exercise, we're moving into squat. Same thing, squat, and then we're going to raise one leg to the side. Stay with your trunk perpendicular to the floor. So the legs are hip width apart, and we're moving to the other side. Squat, rise, squat, and rise. Move with awareness. And move with control. We have time in the next couple of weeks to increase the speed. Oh, it's so nice today in Byron. It's beautiful. And here we go. Last exercise of the first 10 exercises is Malasana to Uttanasana. I show you. So the toes are slightly open. Knees are tracking your toes as you're moving down into Malasana and you're moving up into Uttanasana. Feel the stretch on your superficial back line. And then moving down, Malasana, moving up, Uttanasana. Try to increase a little bit the speed. Still bring a lot of awareness in your movement. Knees are always tracking your toes. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Find your flow, find your rhythm, find your breath. And moving into Malasana, we're moving back to the first exercise of today, and we're moving into downward facing dog. With our mobility, three-legged downward facing dog. Slowly bring the knee toward your chest, right foot in between your hands, low lunge to modify split as you raise your toes up. And then again, low lunge to modify split. And then low lunge to three-legged downward facing dog. And again, bring the right foot in between your hands, gently and slowly. Low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify. I love this exercise. I love this sequence. It's mainly my favorite start of any yoga class as well. And then modify, and then moving into downward facing dog, waiting for the next leg to come. And we're starting. So we're going left leg up. Stay with your hips square, engage through your left glute. And then left foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify. And then low lunge, hands down, three-legged downward facing dog. Left foot in between your hands. Low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify. Raise your toes as high as you can, and then low lunge, three-legged downward facing dog. And then again, left foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify. Bring your right foot close to your left, Uttanasana, and gently unwind your spine all the way up. Moving on to the next exercise, lateral lunge, courtesy lunge. Front knee always tracking your toes, and of course in line with your ankle. Keep going. Keep breathing. If you notice that your knee is not tracking your toes or in line with your ankle, try to push the back leg even further back. And again, lateral lunge, courtesy. Whew. I can definitely feel it on my legs, and it feels beautiful. Lateral lunge. Waiting for the next leg to come. Here we go. Let's do it. Lateral lunge, courtesy. Always make sure your knee is in line with your ankle. And you know why? It's simply to prevent any injuries on our knees that are so useful for our body, for walking, running, anything. So we should take care of them. Moving on to that lift. Bring your kettlebell right there. Be careful, hinging from the hips. Stay with your knees in line with your ankle. Let's do it. Legs hip width apart. Squeeze the glute, don't push your hips too much forward. Stay with your hips in line with your legs and trunk. And breathe, of course. Focus on the movement. Focus on yourself. And be grateful that you showed up today. And if you did last week, well done. And if you're intending to do for the next 4 weeks, even better. Just keep doing what's good for you. And then we're moving it on to the Romanian deadlift. If you have weights, please take weights. If you don't want to use weights, perfect. I like to start with my weakest leg. Stay with your trunk in line with your legs the entire time. Point your foot. Micro bend your standing leg. Squeeze your glute. Inhale and exhale. Focus on your breath and your movement. And focus on every changes that are happening on your legs, on your core, on your glutes as you're moving along those sequences. Moving on to the next leg. Whoa, what's happening to my balance? Micro bend your standing leg. Try to focus on the 3 points underneath of your foot to keep your balance. One is right close to your pinky toe, the other one is your big toe, and then the other one on your heel. Stay with your back leg completely engaged. Squeeze your glute as you're moving down and up. Beautiful. So squat, calf raise. Squat, calf raise. Let's do it. I'm going to show you from the side. So leg hip width apart and as you bring your heels up, squeeze your glutes, your hips remain in line with your trunk and your legs. Squeeze and engage your core. Squeeze and engage. Whoopla! Wonderful. Moving on to squat, leg raise to the side. Let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Stay with your upper body completely in line and perpendicular to the floor as you raise the leg. We normally tend to tilt over one side to raise the leg even more. We don't want that. We don't want to engage what we want. We want to engage the glute and raise as high as your leg allowed. And stay with your hips as parallel as possible to the floor. How are you guys going? I know day one is not that challenging, but also, as I said, we increase intensity, variations, and complexity of the sequence. So, be careful. It's your first week, but you know, like you can always increase from those exercises. So, just get familiar with it. And then Malasana to Uttanasana. So, toes slightly open, knees tracking your toes. Uttanasana, Malasana. Uttanasana, Malasana. Almost done our second round, moving on to the third one after this exercise. Stay with your spine straight. Stay with your core engaged as you're moving down into Malasana. Beautiful. Moving on to downward facing dog, our first exercise of this sequence. Our mobility exercise. Raise the right leg up, raise the left heel up, bring the right knee toward the chest, around your spine, bring the right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify split, low lunge, modify split, and then again hands down, right leg up, right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify, hands down, leg up, right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify, low lunge, right leg up, right foot in between your hands, and then again downward facing dog, waiting for the other side. 3, 2, 1, left leg up, raise the right heel, arch your spine, bring the right knee toward your chest, right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify, low lunge, modify, hands down, leg up, right foot in between your hands, low lunge, modify, hands down, leg up. Hands down, leg up, downward facing dog. Walk your hands toward your feet, Uttanasana, and slowly come all the way up to standing. Lateral lunge to courtesy lunge. Let's do it. Ooh. How are you guys feeling? Knee in line with your ankle. Stay with your core engaged. Moving beyond your comfort zone as you coming into lateral lunge and courtesy. Moving a little bit further away and bend a little bit more if you want, if you can, if your body allows you today. Beautiful. Waiting for the next leg to come. Same exercise, lateral lunge to courtesy. Here we go. That's your last sequence. Try to go a little bit beyond your comfort zone if you can. Whoop la la. Here we go. That lift, prepare your kettlebell. Three, two, one, let's do it. Hinge from your hips, leg hip width apart. Squeeze the glute. Stay with your spine in line with your legs, neck following the spine. As you're moving down, your neck still is in a straight line with your spine. And then moving on to Romanian deadlifts, one leg only. Weaker leg, let's do it. Track in line with your leg. Point your back toes. Squeeze your right glute. Shoulders open. Stay focused on one point to keep your balance. Wonderful. Moving on to the next leg. Last Romanian deadlift of today. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Stay with your standing legs, slightly micro bend, engage your core, lift your belly slightly up. Stay with your shoulders open and spine in line with your leg. Stay with your glute engaged. Point your left toes. I so much feel it on my legs. Here we go. Third round, the most effective one. Here we go. Moving on to squat, calf raise. Show you from the side, leg hip width apart, hinge from the hips. Knees in line with your ankles and squeeze up. Squeeze your glutes as well. Focus on one point, find your drishti. Try to notice if you overarch your spine as you bring your heels up. If so, lift the belly slightly up and in. Squat. Squeeze and stay engaged with your core and with your belly. Same thing, squat, but this time we're gonna raise the leg to the side. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Leg hip width apart, raise the leg as comfortable as your body allows you today. We want to squeeze the glute, and we don't want to tilt over one side like that. You want to stay with your trunk perpendicular to the floor. Squeeze that glute. Activate it. I like to always start from my lower part of the body because I feel like I'm activating all the muscle that I actually and eventually need when I move to the upper body. But that's my personal preference, I guess. Here we go. Last exercise of today, Malasana to Uttanasana. We're gonna do 20. The timer is gonna end now. Let's do it. So hands down, toes slightly open, knees tracking your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it's burning, I know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stay with your spine straight. 13, 14. Yes, you can do it. 15, 16, woohoo! 17, 18, 19, and 20. Stay in Malasana. Hands in prayer in front of your chest. Few breaths here, spine straight, neck following the line of your spine. And then moving into Uttanasana, exhale. Bring your feet together. Grab opposite elbows and swing from side to side. Amazing. Unroll your spine all the way up. Let's have a drink. Moving to the upper body in a second. How are you guys going? Gonna have some greens. Woo. That's exactly what I needed. All right. Now, moving to the upper body. 10 exercises, 50-second on, 10-second rest. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Three, 2, 1, vámonos. Lie down on the floor. Bring your legs 90 degrees. Raise the trunk up, just the shoulders. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor. Dorsiflex your feet. Chin pointing up and not toward your chest. We don't want to have any tension on the neck, but we want to have strength. So stay there and breathe. Dorsiflex your feet. The more you engage the body, the more it's easier for you to hold the position. So let's stay there, chin up. Lower back attached to the floor. Breathe. Bring awareness to your breath and to your body. Beautiful. Moving on to dolphin. Elbows, shoulder width apart. I like to interlock my fingers and raise the hips up. Stay there. Push the floor away, engage through your shoulders. Breathe. Neck in line with your spine. As you stay in this pose, try to release the tension on your hamstrings. And as you're breathing out, move your heels toward the floor. Suck your belly in. Nice. All right, moving on to leg lifts. I know it's my favorite, but it's actually an helpful, very helpful exercise to master your handstand. I know that you will love doing it. Hands slightly underneath of your hips, dorsiflex or pointiflex your toes. Try to stay engaged with your legs as much as you can. If you want to stay down with your head, you can do so. Make sure your lower back is attached to the floor. It's not moving. If you notice that you slightly overarch your spine, means that you have to stay a little bit up with your legs. So don't lower them too much. Stay a little bit more up. And if you decide to release the head down on the floor, bring the chin toward the chest as you lengthen through your neck. Beautiful. Leg lift done. We're moving on to bridge pose. And I show you and I give you one tip that I really like in my bridge pose. So with your leg hip width apart, raise your hips, chin toward your chest. And from here, imagine to slide your feet and your shoulders away from each other as you arch your spine slightly more. Don't clench your glutes. Imagine to release the tension in your glutes 20%. Stay with your knees in line with your hips. And your knees in line with your ankles. Breathe. Beautiful. Moving on to Viparita Karani. So you kind of like just bring the legs up toward the sky and you dorsiflex your feet. Stay with your ankle in line with your hips. Don't move your legs too much toward the chest or too much toward the floor. Stay there. Chin toward the chest, lengthen through your neck. Dorsiflex your feet and breathe. Notice if you lose the tension in your legs, the engagement in your legs. Dorsiflex your feet, stay engaged. A little bit more. One. Woohoo! That's a challenging one. It looks pretty easy, but it's not. Moving on to Caesar. Up and down. Up and down. Stay with your legs engaged. Beautiful. Push-ups. Let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. Hands underneath of your shoulders. We're gonna go with the knees down, and we're gonna stay the upper body, so the trunk in line with your legs. Squeeze the triceps in and up, protracting your shoulders. Protracting. Squeeze slightly your glutes, maintain that engagement. Protracting. Push the floor away as you're moving up. Squeeze the tricep as you're moving down. And up. And down. Nice. We're moving into eagle abs. I don't know why I was missing that word. So we're gonna eagle the legs, we're gonna eagle the arms, and then we're gonna go up and down, up and down. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor. I don't want to squeeze on my microphone. Let's do it the other way. Notice if you overarch your lower back. If so, try to stay with your lower back entirely attached to the floor the entire time. Beautiful. Now, moving on to another leg lift. Hands underneath of your hips, lower down your legs and moving up. Lower down, moving up. Breathe, engage through your legs, dorsiflex your feet. Nice. Lower plank. Let's do it. 2 more rounds to go. You can do it. So we're gonna have the neck in line with the spine, and of course the spine and the upper body in line with your lower body. Push the heels down on the floor. Slightly engage through your glutes as you lift your belly up. Slightly, of course. You want to have a straight line, spine and legs, and you want to push the floor away as you protract your shoulders. Going back to the first exercise, we have done already 4 rounds, 3 lower body, 1 upper body. Let's do another round, upper body. So we're gonna move the legs into 90-degree angle, knees in line with the hips, knees in line with your ankle. Dorsiflex your feet, palms up or down, doesn't matter, and stay there. If your neck hurts, bring the head down, bring your chin toward your chest as you lengthen through your neck, otherwise stay up as you like. If you find that your neck has a lot of tension, like me today, probably too much working on my desk, I guess, just bring the head down and bring the chin toward your chest. Notice if you overarch your lower back, instead Push the floor down, suck the belly in. Push the back down. And suck the belly in. All right, moving on to dolphin. Elbows underneath of your shoulders, interlock your fingers, push the floor away with your elbows. And as you're breathing in and out, try to lower down your heels, suck the belly in. Beautiful. Moving on to the next one, which is leg lift. We are so ready for leg lift. You're gonna love it by the end of those 4 weeks. Leg up, hands slightly underneath of your hips, leg down. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor. Dorsiflex your feet, engage through your legs. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. I love leg lift because you also help your psoas to strengthen. It's not just core. It's your psoas, which is part of your core. We're gonna move into bridge. Ankles underneath of the knees. Raise the hips up. Bring the chin toward your chest. Imagine sliding your feet away from your shoulders. Breathe. Notice if you're over clenching your glutes. Instead, just release 20% and focus on sliding your shoulders away from your feet. Simply that. Stay with your knees hip width apart. Breathe. Moving on to Viparita Karani. Chin toward the chest, lengthen through your neck. Raise your legs, dorsiflex your feet. Stay with your ankle in line with your knees, knees in line with your hips. Stay with your legs engaged. Push the lower back down on the floor. And notice if you slightly raise your hips, lower them down. Stay with your legs engaged. Dorsiflex. Breathe. Nice. Moving on to Caesar. Still lying down. Another challenge. Let's do it. 3. Stay with your legs engaged. Dorsiflex your feet. Chin pointing up, looking up. Nice. Moving on into push-ups. Let's do it. Shoulders above your wrist. Engage upper body and legs. 2. Let's count them. 3. Protracting. Push the floor away. 4. 5. I like to keep track on the number of repetitions as well to see my improvement. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, protracting, 15. Woohoo! That's a nice one. Eagle abs. So if you put the right leg first before above the left one, then do the other side. And the same with your arms, but it doesn't really matter. With your arms, try to change the legs. Up, down, up, down. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor. Wow. Then we're going into another leg lift. Hands underneath of the hips, lower down, raise up. Stay with your lower back attached to the floor the entire time. If it's too much, stay with your straight legs, bend straight, otherwise raise up, bend as you lower down. Try to find your way to follow along. Chin toward the chest, lengthen through the neck. Last exercise of our second round, lower plank. Let's do it. Upper body in line with your legs, neck in line with your spine. Slightly suck your belly in, engage through your glutes. Push the floor away with your elbows, protract your shoulders. And of course, if you want to stay a little bit more engaged with your legs, push the heels down on the floor. Elbows remain always underneath of your shoulders. Push the floor away, protracting through your shoulders. Neck in line. Breathe. Wonderful. Second round done. Moving on to the third one and our last one of today. Let's do it. 90-degree angle with your legs, dorsiflex your feet. Hips in line with your knees, knees in line with your ankles, palms up or down, doesn't matter. Stay soft with your neck if it's a little bit sore or tense. And bring the chin toward your chest. Lower back attached to the floor. Dorsiflex your feet. Also, this is a great exercise as much as the leg lift to strengthen your psoas. Beautiful. We're going to dolphin. Let's do it. Elbows underneath of your shoulders, interlock your fingers, walk your feet toward your chest. Push the floor away. And as you breathe in and out, try to release your heels down on the floor. Push the floor away. Suck your belly in. Ooh, I can tell you that my legs are a little bit shaking, just a little bit. Leg lift, let's do it. Yes, we're here together. And slightly underneath of the hips, not much. Legs down, legs up. Legs down, dorsiflex your feet or point flex. Up to you. If you tense on your neck, release your head, chin toward your chest. All right, we have bridge pose. How are you guys feeling? We're almost done. We're almost there. Let's do it. All right, knees above your ankles, chin toward the chest. Imagine sliding your shoulders away from your feet. Notice if you're over clenching your glutes. Knees stay hip width apart. Breathe. Focus on this moment. Don't anticipate any moment. Feel your body, feel your breath. Feel all the slight sensation happening in your body as you're moving along through your sequence. Release. Moving on to Viparita Karani. Legs straight up. Dorsiflex your feet, ankle, knees and hips in one line. Chin toward the chest, lengthen through the neck. Focus on the sensation in your body. And focus on the changes that they might happening. Be present. Breathe through your belly. As you might find a little bit of a challenge. Nice. Moving on to Caesar. I know it's kind of a tough one after Viparita Karani because we strengthen the psoas. And once again, we're doing a bit of psoas strengthening with Caesars as well. Do your best. Do what your body allows you. And if you come all the way to this point, congratulate yourself. You've done an amazing job. Dorsiflex your feet, engage through your legs. Yes, you can. Breathe. Breathe through your belly. You see? We did it. Push-ups. Last 4 exercises of today. Yes, we can do it. Hands underneath of the shoulders. Upper body in line with your legs. Let's do it. Squeeze the tricep in. 2. Protract your shoulders. 3. 4. 5. 6. Protracting. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Woohoo! And 15. Let's do 15. I could have done more, but I didn't want to. I want to be gentle with myself as well. It's not just about pushing, pushing, pushing. Eagle abs. So wrap the right leg or left leg the opposite of what you've done the previous time, and then eagle your arms up and down. Lower back attached to the floor. Subtle movement. Engage. Engage. Nice. Leg lift. Last time. Stay with me. Yes, you can do it. Let's do it. Lower down, up. Lower down, up. Stay with your legs engaged. Dorsiflex your feet. Last one. Last leg lift. Yes, you can. Yes! Lower plank. Last exercise of today. We can do it. We can definitely do it. Elbows underneath of the shoulders. Interlock your fingers. Push the floor away. Protracting your shoulders. Neck, spine, legs. All in one line. Push the heels down on the floor. Stay engaged. Breathe. Notice if you lose that protraction on your shoulders. Notice if you're looking down. Try to bring your neck in line with your spine. Suck your belly in, engage through your glutes. You're doing amazing. And we are done. Can you believe? Can you believe we are done for today? Well, what can I say? Let me come close to you. What can I say? I'm so glad you've been showing up. You've been doing the job. You've been showing up to feel better for yourself, to feel greater, to become a better version for yourself. But also this is a great practice to strengthen not just your body, to strengthen your mind as well. So thank yourself, and if you want to join me tomorrow, so today we spend an hour and 15 minutes together. Roughly that's about the time, because of always some delay at the beginning. I hope I'm gonna, get better with my live recordings, and I won't have trouble to start with. So we're gonna start right on time and we're gonna finish on time. But normally, guys, it's an hour roughly, and that's what is going to happen for the next 4 weeks. And I guarantee you're not gonna just be able to do those sequences. You're gonna master those sequences, but you are going to be able to do advanced asanas. So keep following this journey with me. Keep doing the good job, and I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same live class, same company.